Hello Nitro fans, Racing393. This is a rarity on my channel, but somebody did request that they would like to see a box opening. I have plans to build this particular kit. I've got an engine on order, it's not here yet. So I thought, well, it is going to get built. So as somebody's took the time to watch other videos, I guess, and then comment, I thought I'll do the honourable thing and I'll do a box opening. Team associated RC10GT. Maybe, just maybe, is it the first box opening in the UK? Who knows? I'm sure I'll be corrected if it isn't. But we'll go with it for now. Enjoy the video. Here we go. Probably, I don't know, is it going to be the first one in the UK? Box opening for the GT, I don't know. We'll give it a go. It was requested. It's requested, not that I normally do these, but I mean, I have to say, straight off the beginning here, it's that team associated history, which I think is really good. We're going back to sort of the 90s, aren't we? So, IFMA World Championship, truck, Nitro. The only thing it doesn't come with is the engine itself, which is a bit of a shame. So I got this from Team Associated, and I paid too much. This invoice here $455.99. So it was $399.99 for the part for this, and then it was $56 to get it here, and then £108 for shipping. Oh my god! There's got to be an easier way. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Right. Like I say, I don't normally do box openings, but this one is slightly different to the 10T. I haven't really got an order, so I don't know whether or not I'm going to actually get everything out. I probably won't. So this is D. It's just the suspension. It's probably the rear suspension and shock tower and bits and pieces like that. I can't see nothing else in there. The other bits here, there are a couple of bits here which are different. I mean, I am going to open a bit of this, because this is some of the things that it will differ on the two, you know, the T and the GT. So I've got no qualms in opening this. So here is something which you won't get in the other one. That's what is that? The engine mount for the Nitro. So that's, well, aluminium, I would guess. There's some other bits and pieces here. Hardware. You also get, there's bearings, and you also get CVDs. So they're not, I don't think they were dog bones, were they? Well, they might have been. What were they? Did I upgrade them, didn't I? So actual dog CVDs. Actual dog bones. No, they're not. Stop saying that. Anyway, so yeah, so there's a few things in there which are going to be different. More hardware here. This is bag A, so presumably the first bag you're going to use. And there's the kick-up plate, which would go on the front. Lots of hardware, lots of E-clips, lovely. That's the front suspension. So that was bag A. They're not really going to be in any particular order. So I'm going to open this one because this is going to be definitely not in the electric kit. So interestingly, we've got like the exhaust manifold. Let's get this open. So there, I'm not going to get it out, but in there's the muffler or exhaust if you're UK. The header or the manifold. I mean, I've got loads of these, but they haven't changed anything. It's still like for the old 0.15 OS. They give you fuel line, which is good. We've got a clutch, 2-shoe clutch, and exhaust gasket, a couple of other bearings, probably for the clutch bell, I would think. Hope you can see that. So this is all going to be different to what you would normally get. Flexi, exhaust mount, which were quite difficult to find cheaply on the internet, but there it is. Clutch bell, which is here. Flywheel, crank, the end of the crank, the extended bit for the end, collet, and air filter, which is good. What's this? I should know what that is. That's another part of the engine mount, isn't it? But well, these are sort of things that are quite sought after on the internet, but there it is. They're new in the packet. Interesting. So that is bag I. So that was all the Nitro gubbings. So bits and pieces that you definitely wouldn't get that in the, obviously the T, obvious reasons. Put that back in there. I mean, my bags, the ones that are interesting will be open, but hang on. Bag H. Again, bits, I won't get these out necessarily, but it's the infamous fuel tank. I might open that actually because it's quite interesting. So just get the fuel tank out, to be honest. It's got a nice filter in there as well. These were infamous for leaking, weren't they? Especially sort of around here, around that bit. But yeah, fuel tank, which is good. And they've got this open now, haven't they? So hardware and like the fuel tank mounts and mounting for the, I think from what I can remember is the servo. So that's there. That was bag H. Bag F, turnbuckles. So I'll use them. Won't use. I'm not thinking of uprating this one. The steering bell crank, which is terrible on the T, the upgraded one. Don't know what the hell I'm going on there. That's bag B. I'm going to use this one for now. And this is the throttle linkage. So I won't get this out because there's a little bits in here, but that'll be like the throttle linkage. Bag J. It's got the spring and the collets in there, and the sort of the throttle bar, throttle linkage, I should say. I don't know, I've got the shell there. I don't know if is this shell? Must be the same. The body shell, which you've probably seen a million times, but I'm going to put it down there for a minute, out of the way. I would say proper off-road wheels, so it hasn't got the thin one. Interesting to see what it goes up with those thin ones actually. Of those spiked rear, and then you've got this like ribbed effect front. If the camera would focus. Are they one-piece wheels? I don't think so. No, not. They're three-piece. But yeah, so they're good. They mean they are what they are. Obviously the bag for the shocks to get the tool in. Bag C is the gears. The stealth transmission. I think that's going to be fairly similar, isn't it? Ball diff, grease, as the other T. That ain't be a lot of difference. And the shocks, which again, there shouldn't be a lot of difference. I mean, to be honest, they'll be the same, won't they? I'm not aware of any differences. So shocks. Now this is the interesting bit. This is definitely different, and it's not sealed. So this is like the original one, or one of the other ones, was black. They've anodised this in gold, and they've got that motif on there, RC10GT, which I don't know. You should be able to see that when it's built, but it's a completely different design. It's not very big. Surprising, isn't it? But it looks really good. Nicely finished. Nice sort of. It's cold because it's bloody cold in here. What is the temperature, I hear you ask? 10 degrees. So there's the chassis. The wing. I haven't cut that out for the other one yet. And the last and by no means least, the instruction manual and the decals. They look really good. They're old school, aren't they? You can pay up to like £35 and £40 for these on the internet. There's two sets in here. We've got those, the pink ones and the luminous bright yellow ones. I'm not planning on getting these out. There's no point in getting those out yet. A few cable ties and some body mounts all in there, and the instructions, which do look pretty neat, sort of celebrating 60 years. 60 years. 60 years. It's got a 60-year anniversary. Oh, it's not this, is it? I was going to say, it's associated. 1964. So, that is a very quick box opening. I'm pretty sure if you want to sit here and watch, you can see a box closing. But I'm going to put this back in. And there you have it. So there is quite a bit of difference there because of the nitro aspect, but it's going to be pretty much the same as what you see here, which is the 10. Well, they're both 10s, aren't they? The 10T, which you can't see properly. The only thing with this one is I'm not particularly impressed with that steering bell crank. Not sure what to do on that. When the weather changes, we'll get this painted and get it ready to go. But running out of room. Although it's got the 10T up here, obviously it's this, isn't it? So what do you think? Have you got one yet in the UK? Don't think it's out yet, is it? Don't think so. I think it's pretty sure it's March So we're in March now that this comes out. I've got the 4x4, so unless you've been sleeping under a rock, then you'll know the team associated with RC10 4x4, which they never made ever, apart from there was a company that made the bits for that. Who was it? Who was it now? I can't remember. Was it MIP? I think that was one of them. They supplied the kit, which was probably about as much as what buying the kit was in the first place. So $300, I think we're working to there. But Team Associated is sort of bringing the 4x4 out, which is, I don't think it's exactly the same, but that's not due out until May, but it's out in March now in the US. So I'm going to wait for that. I'm not going to pay any more shipping costs for that. So we'll go and do a quick closing.
Well, what do you think? On the first note, the same end screen, but just different positioning. Same. Actually, before I go any further, in the last few videos, I've been wearing that grey hoodie like forever. It would seem like. It is just when I've been filming, I've had that on. It's not because I've just worn that for the last 3 months or whatever it is. It's either that one or this one. It's probably the only two hoodies that are comfortable. Anyway, what am I talking about? That's the end of that box opening. It is pretty much, for the most part, it's the RC10T, but there are the obvious additional bags because it's a Nitro. Some of these items that you're getting in the kit, I can remember scouring the internet trying to buy them. For example, I think the aluminum engine mounts, and I think there's some other bits in there which I alluded to, which I think are something to do with non-pull start engines. I've got a feeling. On both my RC10GTs, actually got 3 of them, but they've got different engines in. But one of them has the, well, kind of the original .15 associated engine. That's pull start. But this one, when the engine eventually gets to the UK, it's say non-pull start. So you will need a starter box, which I have. I have plenty. I will do another video soon of when I receive the Nitro engine. I don't know when I'm going to build this yet. It'll probably be in the summer. I haven't finished the 10T. The body show on that needs painting, so you'd have seen that briefly in the video. A little compare. But what a time to be into vintage RC, and it's the first vintage Nitro, to the best of my knowledge anyway, that's come out from something back in the day. I mean, that's incredible. Maybe, who knows, maybe Kyosho will come out with the MP series, especially the early ones. I don't know. I'm not sure they'll have such a big following, but 1/8 buggy Nitro is still big. But who knows? If they want to draw the money in, they know what to do, Kyosho. So if you watch the video, which I'm sure you don't, listen up. So that's the end of the video. It's fairly short. I don't normally, as I've said before, do box openings just because loads of people do it. But I'm not so sure whether this is the first time that I've seen in the UK, nevertheless, that you'd have a box opening on the RC10GT. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope those that see it know what they're getting themselves in for. And I'll see you soon of when we get round to building this sucker. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It's much appreciated. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.